Hi, welcome to my video on the addition and subtraction of fractions with square root radicals, part 1. Simplify each radical. Notice I have two fractions, but each fraction has an irrational number root. So when we add fractions, we need a common denominator. They already have a 10. So let's write down the common denominator, which is 10. And we add the numerators, so 3 plus 4 is 7, so it's 7 root 2. B, we have a double negative, so let's make that a positive. And we have a common denominator of 5. And we have to add our numerators, so root 6 plus 2 stays like that because we can't combine them because they're not like radicals. And C, the common denominator is 8, so we write down the 8. And we add our numerators, and 3 root 5 plus 1 root 5 is 4 root 5. And the fraction of 4 over 8, 4 cancels into 4 ones, 4 into 8 twice. So that gives us root 5 over 2, or we could say 1/2 root 5, either or. Practice means pause the video and work the answers out. Here I go. Do one at a time. Simplify each as a radical. Common denominator is 7, so I'll write that down. And we subtract. 5 subtract 3 is 2, so it's 2 root 3 over 7, or 2/7. You could go 2/7 root 3. Common denominator is 15. So we add 6 and 4 makes 10, so it's 10 root 11. And notice we have fractions, so we'll try to reduce. So 5 into 10 goes 2, 5 into 15 goes 3, so we get 2 over 2 root 11 over 3, or 2/3 root 11. Number 3, look at it closely. We have double negatives, so we make it a positive. Common denominator is 10, and we add 9, add on root 7, so we have to leave it like that because we can't combine these because they're not like radicals. Number 4, common denominator is 9, so we write down the 9. And 4 subtract 1, they're like radicals, so we subtract 4, subtract 1 is 3, so it's 3 root 6. And that gives us 3 into 3 goes once, 3 into 9 goes 3, so that gives us root 6 over 3, or 1/3 root 6. Number 5, we look through, we have double negatives, so we make them a positive. A double negative, we make them a positive. Common denominator is 3, write it down. So all these have to be added. So 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 7, so that's 12 root 2. And 12 divided by 3 is 4, so it's 4 root 3. Notice I cannot cancel the root 3 and the 3. I can only cancel the 3 into the 12. Okay, notice they all have the same denominators. And now let's practice where the denominators are not the same. Simplify each radical. So count the LCD for 3 and 2 is 6. So that means this fraction is multiplied by 2 over 2, and this fraction is multiplied by 3 over 3. Because when I do, then 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times negative root 5, negative 4 root 5 is negative 8 root 5, plus 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 root 5 times 3 is 15 root 5. I have a common denominator of 6, there it is, and negative 8 plus 15 is 7 root 5, or we could have 7 over 6 root 5, your choice. B, no double negatives. All radicals are the same, so we can add, but the LCD for 6, 9, and 18 is 18. 18 is the denominator that 6 will divide into, 9 will divide into. So we go with 18. So another way, and I'll do it this way now. 6 into 18 goes 3. 3 times 5 is 15. And that's the same as multiplying this fraction by 3 over 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18. Common denominator is 18. So 9 into 18 goes 2. 2 times 5 is 10. So that's the same as multiplying top and bottom by 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 9 is 18. And this is already 1 over 18. So that's okay. And all the denominators are the same. So we have an 18. And all the roots are the same. So we have a root 7. So 15, subtract 10 is 5, subtract 1 is 4. So we have 4 over 18, and that can reduce. 2 into 4 goes 2. 2 into 18 goes 9. So that gives us 2 root 7 over 9. Or we can call it 2/9 root 7. Practice means pause your video and work these out one at a time. Here we go. Number 1. Simplify each radical. We need a common denominator. The common denominator for 4 and 10 is 20. 20 is a denominator or a multiple that 4 and 10 divides into. So we put down 20. 4 into 20 goes 5. 5 times 1 is 5 root 5. Right down to 20, common denominator. 10 into 20 goes 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Again, repeat. That's the same as multiplying by 5 over 5. 5 times root 10. 5 times 4 is 20. And right here is the same as multiplying by 2. So 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 3 is 6. And the common denominator is 20. There it is. And 5 subtract 6 is negative 1. So it's a negative root 10. And notice the 1 is understood. So, or we could have negative 1 over 20 root 10. Number 2. Now we have an LCD. We have to add these. If we want one denominator, but the only ones that can really add together would be these two. We can't add root 6 to these two. So sometimes you can leave that alone. These are the only ones they're going to add, because I can't add root 6 to root 5. So a common denominator for 4 and 6 is 12. So 4 into 12 goes 3. 3 times 3 is 9 root 5. 6 into 12 goes 2. 2 times 1 is 2, so it's 2 root 5. And 4 over 3 root 6. Add on. 12 is a common denominator. So 9 plus 2 is 11. So that's one answer. But if you wanted to put them all with the same denominator, we can go with 12 as a common denominator for all of them. Like this. 3 into 12 goes 4. 4 times 4 is 16 root 6. 4 into 12 goes 3. 3 times 3 is 9 root 5. 6 into 12 goes 2. 2 times 1 is 2. We have a common denominator of 12. So when we do, we have to add these. So 16 root 6. Add on 11 root 5. So this is the same as this. The only thing is, the difference is that the 12 is divided into the 16 like this, separately. Because if you have a denominator and two terms in the numerator, you can divide each of the numerator terms by 12. And then that reduces to 4 into 16 goes 4, 4 into 12 goes 3. So you end up with the same answer eventually. So if we did it this way or we did it this way is your choice. Check with your teacher, but again, as long as everything is okay. And we have binomial now. Let's see what we have. We have common denominator is 5, so we write the 5 down. So we add these, so we're going to add these together. So 4, add on 3, add on root 2, add on 2 root 2. And when we do, we get a 7 plus 3 root 2 over 5. Notice there's a 1 plus 2 is 3. And again, that's a fraction. That's the numerator and that's the denominator. You could split it and put 5. You could go 7 over 5, add on 3 over 5 root 2. Divide the 5 into both the 7 and the 3 root 2, like that. But it's your choice. This is one fraction. This is the sum of two fractions. And we have a subtraction here, and we need a common denominator when we subtract. So we have common denominator for 4 and 3 is 12, so we put down to 12. 4 into 12 goes 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times root 3 is 3 root 3. So if I did 3 there and a 3 there, 3 times 4 is 12, and your 3 is multiplied by both of these. Here I put down the 12, subtraction sign. 4 into 3 into 12 goes 4. 4 times both of these, so 1 plus 4 root 3. Make that root 3. Don't get sloppy. Okay, so that's the same as multiplying it by 4 over 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times both of these. So either way, whatever way you want to do it. And we're subtracting, so therefore this is a 12. Notice now, it's this, subtract this, so that's a 3 plus 3 root 3. When I subtract this numerator, that makes that a negative 4 minus 4 root 3. Because when you're subtracting, you add on the opposite. So that gives us 3 minus 4 root 3, negative 3 root 3, subtract 4, sorry, negative 3 root 3, subtract 4 root 3, all over 12, and 3 subtract 4 is negative 1, negative 3, negative 4 is negative 7. So that's as one fraction, that's the numerator and that's the denominator. Again, just to, don't have to, as 1 over 12, subtract 7 over 12. You can leave it as one fraction like that, or you can leave it as a difference of the two fractions. And practice means pause the video and work each of these out. Do one at a time. Here we go. The LCD for 2 and 5 is 10. So if you multiply this one by 5, you multiply the numerator by 5, balance it. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. And 5 times 7 root 5 is 35 root 5 sevenths is 35. Plus 10 is a common denominator, so we need to multiply the denominator by 2 and the numerator by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative 2 root 5, negative 4 root 5. Common denominator is 10, so we write it down. And we add these together, so let's group the like terms. So we're going to add them. So that's a 10 plus a 6 plus 35 root 5 minus 4 root 5. And that gives us 14 plus 31 root 5 over 10. And that's as one fraction, or if you want, you could say 14 over 10 plus 31 over 10 root 5. And the 14 over 10, if you do it this way, becomes 7 over 5 plus 31 over 10 root 5. So this is one answer as one fraction. This is another one when you divide 10 into both terms in the numerator. Okay, let's continue. But beware, notice when I have a plus, and you don't change the signs of the 6 and the negative 4 root 5. But when you have a subtraction, you have to change these two to the opposite of a negative 4 minus. Notice, only with a subtraction. Let's continue. One more, the last one to do. And practice, we need a common denominator for 8 and 6. The LCD for 8 and 6 is 24. And just to show you that, remember, 8 is 2 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2, so that's 2 cubed. And 6 is 2 times 3. So we have to write down each factor of a 2 and a 3, but we take the highest exponent of 2 is 3, and 3 is there once, so that's an 8 times 3, so that's the LCD of 24. That means we have to multiply this one by 3, top and bottom, and we have to multiply this one by 4, top and bottom. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times negative 2 root 7 is negative 6 root 7. Subtract. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times negative root 7, negative 4 root 7. Now we got to be careful. The subtraction is always trouble. So this is a 24. It's the common denominator. So this is 9 minus 6 root 7. The subtraction changes these signs. That makes that a negative 4 and a positive 4 root 7. Beware of the subtraction. The subtraction is the trouble. And then we have a 9 minus 4 minus 6 root 7. Notice I'm grouping the like terms. I didn't change the signs. I did not change the signs. Signs stayed the same. And 9 minus 4 is 5. Negative 6 plus 4 is a minus 2. That's a negative there. Negative 2 root 7. And if I want, I could go 5 over 24, subtract 2 over 24 root 7. So here's one complete fraction, or you can write it as 24 into both of these, and it's either or for your answers. So practice adding radicals with a common denominator. If you like my video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, the notification bell, the more videos coming your way, and visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's going to be on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Bye-bye.